see if they pick up the pace here in the second.
Pedestrian's going to be good at combinations. Keep him at the end of that jab. That's the game.
Back and does nothing. Canelo's able to just close him down and unload it with a power shot.
A hard money punch that he can land.
Saunders just needs to keep going in and out and try to time Canelo when and he said Canelo is just relentless.
Trainer for Canelo says, listen, I don't usually make predictions. Knock him out.
Oh, lets his shots go. They seem to overwhelm Billy Joe.
Time a southpaw fights an orthodox fighter. That front foot battle is key.
From Canelo's right hand there, which is a good move. But that left hook can...
Oh, there's a right hand that moves him back. Oh. But here they are.
A lot of feinting by Canelo. Really impressed with his foot feints.
I want the whole country to know.
La grasa, güey. Te puede dar un cabezazo, solo siempre trabaja tu distancia. Y cuando él te trata de recabir, ¿cómo lo tienes trabajando también con las pintas? ¿Ok?
Demetrius Andre. So too is Billy Joe Saunders. Chris Manning.
Out that first round, I think he did it again. But in that second round,
each of Canelo's last 3 fights have come exactly 70-day, present-day boxing.
Yeah, most active Canelo's been in 10 years.
Close the distance. Start breaking the distance down. Billy Joe he's biting on. He's starting to bite on those foot feints and those hands.
In fact, he claimed he would go home if he didn't get it, Carl.
Because you can see the effects instantly. You can tell Billy Joe is worried about what's coming.
And that's exactly what we see with the opponents of Canelo. It becomes a Kovalev.
Right hand, best punch in the fight. Billy Joe.
These are heavy blows from Canelo.
And he makes fighters reluctant to throw their biggest.
That's right, get your opponents.
Well, Saunders
has lethal left hand when it comes to the uppercut, and he can turn it into a hook as well.
Harold spins. Texas.
Ya estás entrando en ritmo, ¿eh?
Now you're getting into a rhythm, right? Keep that guard and be careful.
Boxers aren't accustomed to getting hit in the neck, and it's an awkward punch, awkward.
Yeah, why fighters shake their head when they get hit big? Like, do you actually believe?
It's machismo, man. It's.
Hello, Alvarez. I thought Billy Joe Saunders was the more active fighter in that thing, his power shots. And Billy Joe Saunders, at least through the first 3 rounds.
I like to see these combination punches. When he throw 3, 4 shots, then get
score, Canelo.
Now Saunders needs to double and triple up that jab. Back up, Canelo. Maybe you could get something
good work from Billy. Nice head movement. Coming after that little combination. This is what he needs.
B.J. Saunders trainer said, we can't run in this fight. We got to slide and glide.
The middleweight title back in 2019. Is this the last man standing? Be Caleb Plant. Just missing with that.
Saunders.
Straight right hand from Canelo to the body.
He said, yes, you got me there.
Absolutely.
Canelo's still really in there, though. Closing with a power.
Makes fighters reluctant to throw.
Well, Saunders
has lethal left hand when it comes to the uppercut, and he can turn it into
a. Right, so what we'll see around. Billy, for me, was the more effective at scoring shots.
The Gypsy King, Tyson Fury, looking perhaps a little bit concerned.
Has demanded a lot of respect with his power shots to the body and on his hip from those body shots.
Be checking in with Roy Jones.
That last round, even though he did absorb some body shots, he controlled.
Well, them shots go straight into the pit of the stomach, and even though
you block those shots, they're still gonna dig into the side of your ribs.
Get out of range. That's what we want to see.
And Saunders had.
Canelo said his biggest asset in this fight was his ring IQ. Saunders.
He's always in position to punch. This is what I want to see more from Saunders.
My hands down quite as much, but he is starting to get into a rhythm, especially early in this fight.
I actually think B.J. Saunders free.
Good defense there from Billy. He knew that body shot was cut.
It's been a good round for Saunders.
More fluid, more confidence.
Well, if Canelo is just going to look for...
Have you ever been to Corpus Christi?
Te estás metiendo un poquito bien.
See the jab there, he's just flicking it out. He's not reaching in, he's not leaving his feet behind him, so he's reaching. You can then counter him with a nice combination.
Waving to this crowd.
And I think he's feeling it now. This is what you need to see with such a
4 through 5.
Yeah, I've got it 3 rounds to 2 in favor of Billy. Third round, Canelo got into a groove. Saunders with his count 2 rounds.
Carl, what say you?
Well, I've got 3-2 to Canelo. Can't argue if it went the other way, but I'm loving the work now from Billy Joe. Just looking for the big shot. There you go, the big heavy shot. Nice defense there by Billy Joe Saunders.
Didn't miss by that much too often. Saunders.
smart jab, just like that.
Smart jab, yeah. Don't get too confident, but he looks dangerous. But that's when he's in his rhythm.
Fight, but this appeared to be the blueprint if he was to pull it off.
He's not being put under relentless pressure from Canelo. He's been clever with his feet.
Right around the guard, too. Landed on the chin. Saunders shot.
But that's what Canelo does to opponents. He makes... Throwing the jab here. We stop feeling it.
Mr. Jerry Jones.
The breadbasket right there. Canelo felt that shot. This was a good round by Canelo.
7 scheduled for 12. This is for the unified super middleweight championship.
I'm impressed with the way Billy Joe Saunders has been able to absorb them.
Love to see him catching counter off those punches, catching the hooks to the body.
Throwing combinations. They're not as impactful as Golovkin's, but he's letting
the tide has changed just a little bit. He's allowed to throw more. Billy Joe has shifted the tide just a little bit, and Canelo needs something.
When you face Canelo Alvarez, as we've talked about, you can talk about an instant. But Billy Joe Saunders has stuck to his game plan, and his game plan
Behind that jab, using southpaw angles, escaping to the right.
On Canelo, making it very difficult for Canelo to land a big shot. He's going to keep giving Canelo problems, and Canelo has gotten away from that.
The work output of Canelo isn't really there from Billy finding a rhythm for me.
Being treated to a very competitive main event. 73,100 and Parker and Joshua and Carlos Takam. Sorry.
Watch him again with the uppercut and they get back to it.
Arlington, Texas, AT&T Stadium. Super middleweight champion. Canelo continues to fire those.
Doing exactly what he said. This is a close fight. Inch for inch.
I think he's definitely trying to figure him out. I think Billy Joe Saunders returning much and coming back.
Keep in mind, Eddie Reynoso and Canelo.
If Canelo is going to rely on power punches, which is evident.
Now, how do you have it through 7 full rounds?
68-66. 68-66, Canelo. He's only 2 rounds up.
In favor of Billy Joe Saunders. I look at the last couple of rounds.
Yep, Canelo rallying his troops here at AT&T Stadium. He's like a matador.
Well, that's the power from Canelo.
He predicted a KO in round 8 or 9.
On face now.
That's because he's worried about the power.
Exactly. Bring back.
Nice straight right hand.
Yeah, Billy.
This is his best round. Canelo Alvarez fan. Canelo acting like he's already knocked him out. It is over. Canelo gets the knockout win in the Lone Star State.
When the going got tough, Billy Joe.
And his eye must be really bothering him because he's not the kind of guy to first importance.
I gotta tell you, Carl, I'm speechless at that. I started to close. He calls it a day.
Yeah, but
Sergio, you have sang me a song every time we talk about.
he did not. He retired on the stool.
know where you are, and to carry on and come out of your corner and fight on with that kind of... Sure he would have done, because he was doing well in that fight.
Competitive, close fight, and I'm shocked that Saunders wouldn't put it in another. Forget about the second half of the fight, and that's exactly what happened here.
He wanted to go out and get the knockout, but instead, Billy Joe Saunders can... Didn't think we'd see the 10th round, Sergio. He told us he'd knock him out before then.
That's the second half of the fight is where Billy Joe Saunders fades.
For belts, he came and hold him. He just took Billy Joe's.
There'll be a lot of people that are going to say, listen, I think that fight could have gone on. Or feel the pain in the back of the eye. You don't know if it's a retinal damage. You don't know what it...
We'll speculate even more after we hear from Michael.
The referee calls a halt to the contest at the end. Middleweight champion of the world.
He is the winner by TKO. They stopped it at no win for Canelo, just as he and his trainer, Eddie Reynoso,
doesn't pull out of fights. He's never lost. He's never shown any kind of quit inside of the glove, right into the eye. And that was the one that did the damage. That was a hurtful punch.
What went down?
Well, I'm just telling him, listen, my eye, I can't see. I'm hoping that he's done that just for his safety. There really is a problem there.
Another gear that was lacking. And like you said, we're good to the eye, and those are brutal shots. I mean, they're stinging shots.
Congratulations. You've got more hardware now than you can hold on. Was it?
La verdad, como lo dije, no, y que sigo mejorando día a día.
Round it was going to develop, and that's what happened. But it's not as difficult as I expected.
Joe Saunders in those middle rounds was winning any of them?
Pero me fui acomodando muy rápido, ¿no? Sabía que...
As I told you, my fight would develop after 6 or 7.
What was your reaction when Billy Joe Saunders did not leave the corner?
Ya no va a salir a pelear porque le quebré el pómulo y así fue.
You know, corner, and I told Eddie he's not coming out. He's not coming out to fight because I broke his cheek.
Y aquí está el mejor entrenador, que es la que me dice, es el que me dice, yo solo me...
The best trainer that I could have. You know, he's the one who tells me. I just prepare.
The crowd, you have the best trainer, you are the best fighter, and now you
go for the belt and fight made easy, and then give the fans that.
Tonight, more than 70,000 people, an indoor record.
Gente, el apoyo que me da es la motivación para seguir mejorando. Esto es por ustedes. Gracias.
It's something very difficult to explain that they give me to continue on. It's very difficult to explain.
Congratulations, Canelo, and we'll see you in September.
See you, my friend. Thank you.
Well, that's how you celebrate Cinco.
Well, we are here with the man who can make the fight happen.
It's the only fight. You know, firstly, I want to thank everyone here tonight, Chris. And hopefully Caleb Plant feels the same way. I know you see the champion at 168 pounds. It's the one to make in September.
Billy Joe Saunders
said he couldn't see and he wouldn't let him go out. I thought Billy boxed beautifully, but Canelo can see his eye. And, you know, Canelo coming on strong.
Hard to make. How confident are you that you can make Canelo Caleb Plant? Caleb Plant moves. Caleb Plant throws a jab. Maybe it's a pathway title.
It's something interesting that Canelo want to step up to the plate. How interested are you, and how possible
the fight with Caleb Plant? Canelo's not going to wait until June, July. Canelo has options. There's pressure on Caleb Plant because Caleb Plant
undisputed. There's never been an undisputed super middleweight champion, and that's Julio Gonzalez. This man is making a case of becoming.
Billy Joe Saunders has been taken to a local medical facility with what they believe.
When he hits that money spot, and Canelo, if he told his trainer that.
Final thoughts on what we saw here tonight. I'll start with you, Chris.
I mean, just on all the biggest challenges and continues to conquer them.
He looks something Canelo, and that's a man fighting at all cylinders.
Stadium and see an indoor boxing attendance record. The passion.
70,000 inside to support Canelo Alvarez, who has